We are not in the mood for your rubbish right now.
And the black sheep speaks.
Don't call me that.
If I tell you what to do, are you going to do it?
No, you can think on it.
Oh, Harry, my love.
I'm going to say 4 people, sure. No, me.
Natika itana mose. Itazipaya. That's what's up with us. Okay.
You. Don't be stupid. Huh? You think I'm foolish?
And I saw the video on TV on television. I was like, what? The next time I'm coming out, Sister D. I was like, how do I manage? Wow. You know, you get on a bus. I mean, we're using a bus. The conductor is busy calling people. Hey, Ngenani, your Sister D, are in bus. How am I going to handle this?
Oh, wow.
You know.
It's a lovely good evening and a warm welcome to the BMTV main news bulletin exactly at 18 hours. We're live on your Topstar decoders, that is channel 114, and we're also live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as our website, that is www.bmtv.com. Well, let me take you through the news headlines that we have tonight. 49.1 kilometers urban road completed. Civil societies condemns violence during election period. ERB approves 42 licenses and 5 construction permits. In international news, Ebola fears force India-Africa summit postponement. And in sports news, Zambia volleyball national teams intensifies preparations. Well, today, the 21st of May 2026, to present the news in detail, my name is Sontwa. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Principal Public Relations Officer, Liseli Kanyenga, says that government through the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has recorded significant progress in the implementation of urban township roads projects across various districts, with a total of 49.1 kilometers completed out of the targeted 152.8 kilometers under the 2024-2027 annual work plan at a cost of 4.5 billion kwacha. She says that the ongoing works in Lusaka, Ndola, Kitwe, Joma, Solwezi, Mazabuga, Sinazongwe and Luansha are aimed at improving urban mobility, easing traffic congestion, enhancing access to public service and supporting economic growth in local communities. The road projects came with supportive infrastructure including drainage systems, culverts, pedestrian walkways and street lighting in order to improve road safety, enhance resilience to flooding and modernize urban infrastructure.
Government through the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has recorded significant progress in the implementation of urban township roads projects across various districts, with a total of 49.1 kilometers completed out of the targeted 152.8 kilometers under the 2024 to 2027 annual work plan at a total cost of 4.5 billion kwacha. The ongoing works in Lusaka, Ndola, Kitwe, Choma, Solwezi, Mazabuka, Sinazongwe and Luansha are aimed at improving urban mobility, easing traffic congestion, enhancing access to public services and supporting economic growth in local communities. The roads projects comes with supportive infrastructure, including drainage systems, culverts, pedestrian walkways, and street lighting in order to improve road safety, enhance resilience to flooding, and modernize urban infrastructure. In Lusaka district, a total of 61.4 kilometers of roads are under construction, with 20.7 kilometers completed, representing 34% progress. Ndola district has recorded 34% progress, with 5.5 kilometers completed out of the targeted 16.2 kilometers. In Kitwe district, 3.3 kilometers have been completed out of the 16.3 kilometers under construction, translating into 20% progress. In Choma district, it has achieved 15% progress, with 1.8 kilometers completed out of the targeted 11.7 kilometers. Solwezi district has so far recorded 2.8 kilometers completed out of 12 kilometers, representing 23% progress. Mazabuka district has recorded 10% progress, with 1.2 kilometers completed out of the targeted 12.5 kilometers. In Luansha district, works have progressed significantly, with 7.9 kilometers completed out of the targeted 12.8 kilometers, representing 62% progress. Meanwhile, in Sinazongwe district, 5 kilometers have been completed out of the targeted 10 kilometers on the Sinazongwe Mamba Road project, representing 62% progress. The projects remain critical in improving urban infrastructure, enhancing connectivity, and stimulating local economic development in line with government's decentralization and development agenda.
Well, from that developmental story, we move to some sad events that occurred during the nomination process, where the non-governmental gender organization coordinating council, NGOCC, has been made to express deep concerns over the acts of violence and intimidation reported at selected nomination centers during the filing in of nominations. NGOCC board chairperson Beauty Katebe condemned incidents in Mandevu involving aspiring candidate Jean Kapata, who reportedly had to use extraordinary means to navigate a hostile environment created by unruly elements. The organization also cited the attacks on former local government and rural development minister Gary Nkombo, saying that the incident occurred in full view of police officers. Ms. Katebe said that the incidents are unacceptable in a democratic society and risk discouraging women from participating in politics.
Of grave concern is the incident at the nomination center in Mandevu, where a female aspiring candidate, Ms. Jean Kapata, was forced to employ extraordinary measures to navigate a hostile environment created by unruly elements. We were also taken aback by the attack on the former Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Gary Nkombo, which occurred in full view of helpless police officers. These incidents are deeply troubling and unacceptable in a democracy like ours. This only serves to scare women from political participation. We acknowledge the Zambia police's efforts under very difficult circumstances. However, it remains concerning that while the head of state has consistently spoken against violence, individuals seemingly aligned with the ruling party continue to act in direct contradiction to this position. This culture of anarchy is unacceptable and must be nipped in the bud. Today, we have been alerted to reports of individuals gathered at a nomination center in Choma, threatening to block and harm aspiring candidate Lungowe Sikwibele. It is unacceptable to wait for harm to occur before taking decisive action. We further call on the ruling party to respect and uphold the democratic rights of all citizens, including those who choose to stand as in.
In a related development, the Civil Society for Poverty Reduction, CSPR, has expressed a grave concern over reported incidents of political violence at the Electoral Commission of Zambia Nomination Center in Mazabuka district. CSPR board chairperson Partner Siyabutuba has urged all political actors, supporters and aspiring candidates to exercise restraint and uphold the rule of law, emphasizing that political competition should be based on ideas and policies rather than intimidation or aggression.
Zambia is a nomination center for Mazabuka Central on 20th May 2026. The incident reportedly occurred as Mr. Nkombo was on his way to the nomination center to file his papers as an independent candidate. We are further disturbed by reports of similar incidents and pockets of political violence emerging from other parts of the country, including Mumbwa and Chavuma. These developments are deeply troubling, particularly at a time when Zambia is expected to uphold democratic values, promote peaceful and political participation, and ensure a conducive environment for credible electoral process. Political violence in any form undermines democratic principles, threatens social cohesion, and creates fear among citizens and political actors. Such acts have the potential to discourage participation in the electoral process and erode public confidence in democratic institutions. CSPR therefore condemns.
And the Transparency International Zambia, TIZ, has strongly condemned the violence, intimidation and political tension reported during the filing of nomination papers in districts including Mumbwa, Chavuma, Mazabuga and Joma. The organization says that acts of violence, threats and disorder have no place in the country's electoral process, stressing that the elections must be characterized by peace, tolerance, fairness and respect for the rule of law.
Fairness and generally the respect for the rule of law. Where you have violence and intimidation, especially during the nomination process, you not only threaten public safety, but you also undermine the integrity and credibility of the electoral environment even before campaigns officially begin. I would like to highlight one particular example that really has us maybe worrying particularly more, and this is concerning the reports from Choma, where one aspirant for the position of a mayor has publicly alleged that she received threats warning her against filing her nomination papers, despite having reportedly been duly issued with an adoption certificate. Now, the allegations that a female candidate is fearing physical attack for merely attempting to participate in the democratic process are extremely disturbing, and they make a mockery of women's right to political participation and indeed to inclusion. So such threats not only undermine a democracy but also contradict the spirit of recent legal and political reforms that are aimed at increasing women's participation in politics. So in that regard, we really would like to urge the Zambia Police Service and other law enforcement agencies to go beyond merely monitoring the situation in all these different.
Well, from those shocking set of stories, we move to governance issues, where Open Government Partnership Africa leader Samela says Zambia's first Open Government Week marks a significant step in strengthening transparency, accountability and citizen participation in governance. Speaking during the opening of Zambia's first Open Government Week celebration, Ms. Samela said that the event comes at an important time as the Open Government Partnership marks 15 years since its establishment, having helped shape reform around transparency, anti-corruption and public trust in more than 70 countries worldwide. Ms. Samela said Zambia has already been an important foundation by becoming an OGP member, establishing a steering committee and beginning the co-creation process between government and civil societies.
Institutions and citizens, and trust is built when participation is real, when accountability is meaningful, and when people can see that their voices shape public decisions and see this consistently. So this action plan really matters a lot. And it's not just, again, because Zambia needs a document. First action plans we've seen in our experience over the past 15 years often set the political culture and level of ambition for everything that follows. And this is the moment where Zambia can decide whether OGP becomes a procedural exercise or it becomes a living platform for reform, accountability, participation, democratic resilience, and all of the ambitions that we have for the kinds of prosperity we want for our African people. So this is going to require sustained leadership, particularly from you as civil society actors. The partnership works best when civil society is not just consulted, but organized, is proactive, coordinated, and genuinely co-owning the process. I cannot emphasize this more.
We'll move to a notification coming from the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, which has approved 42 licenses, 5 construction permits, and inclusion 2 licenses valued at 608 million kwacha aimed at strengthening Zambia's energy service delivery and infrastructure development. According to a press statement issued on the 21st of May 2026, the approvals covers the electricity, renewable and energy, as well as downstream petroleum subsectors, following deliberation by the ERB Licensing Committee held on May 5th, 2026. The ERB says that approvals reflect continued investor confidence in Zambia's energy sector and are expected to support expansion across the country's energy value chain.
The Energy Regulation Board has approved 42 licenses, 5 construction permits, and various amendments to licenses, recording a total investment pledge of 608 million Zambian kwacha. The approvals cover electricity, renewable energy, and downstream petroleum subsectors, signaling broad-based expansion across Zambia's energy value chain. Regarding downstream petroleum infrastructure, the ERB authorized the construction of 3 new retail service stations and approved the commissioning of 2 additional stations for operational use. The ERB also licensed 49 petroleum transportation fuel tankers, reinforcing the petroleum supply chain. The ERB further approved 14 kiosks for the retailing of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, further easing the consumer access to this essential product. In the renewable energy subsector, the ERB approved a license for a 10-megawatt PV power generation plant by China Jiangsu International Green Energy Limited, and this approval supports sustainable energy systems in line with the national energy policy objectives. The ERB also did approve 10 licenses for the manufacture, supply, installation, and maintenance.
Well, from that ERB notification, we move straight into economics, where government says Zambia's copper production increased from about 825,000 metric tons in 2024 to more than 890,000 metric tons in 2025, representing an 8% growth. The remarks were contained in a speech delivered on behalf of President Hakainde Hichilema by Danny Kalialia yesterday during the official opening of the 2026 Copper Belt Agriculture, Mining and Industrial Network Expo, CAMNEX, in Kitwe. Government said that the growth was driven by improved production from key mining operations such as Konkola Copper Mines, Mopani Copper Mines, PLC, Kansanshi Mines and Lubambe Copper Mine. Government noted that the mining and agriculture remains the backbone of Zambia's economy, contributing significantly to export earnings, employment creation, infrastructure development and foreign direct investment.
Supply and suppliers, captains of the mining and other industries here present, distinguished invited guests, let me simply say all protocols observed, because I think there are many others I have not been able to mention here. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman and your Board of Directors, I bring you greetings and well wishes from the President of the Republic of Zambia, who, as you know, was not able to be with us here because this time around is a time when we have an important item on our political calendar. Equally, the Secretary to Cabinet was not able also to come for similar reasons. It's now my rare honor and privilege, ladies and gentlemen, to grace the 2026 Copperbelt Agricultural Mining Industrial Networking Expo Cabinet, which is being held here in Kitwe under the theme Collaboration for Growth, Developing Talent, Trust and Trade. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for the show.
Well, I do thank you for staying with us, watching the BMTV main news at 18 hours. But for now, we reach out for a glass of water. We'll be back with international and sports news. Stay tuned.
You look miserable. Are you okay?
I'm pregnant.
What?
Compliments of the season to you too.
What is this? Divorce papers?
You have kept me childless. And you want me to stop?
Here I am thinking I am a sinner. And I want to see the Messiah, but what happened to this woman in the picture? You spend the whole day wrapping my woman up in a tank. So do you think I buy this as decorations?
I know you think I'm the cause of this. Believe me. I'm 100% okay.
What are you doing? Come on, please. What is this?
You don't wear them.
But those are still mine.
How could you? Do you love her that much to humiliate me to such an extent?
You refer to me as a whore.
So it's true you can get someone out of the ghetto, but you can't get the ghetto out of their mind.
That man who comes here will soon know why he should have stayed home and not here. You are the reason why.
Well, we do thank you for staying with us now. Let's go straight into international news. The 2026 India-Africa Forum Summit has been postponed and amid growing fears over the deadly Ebola outbreak in Central Africa. India's Ministry of External Affairs and the African Union announced the decision on Thursday, citing an evolving health situation and the need to ensure full participation from African leaders. The move comes as the DRC Congo confirmed a new Ebola case in South Kivu, a region controlled by the Rwanda-backed AFC M23 militia. Health officials say the 28-year-old victim died before diagnosis was confirmed. The latest outbreak has already caused nearly 140 suspected deaths and hundreds of possible infections across eastern DRC Congo, where ongoing conflict is complicating emergency response efforts. We monitor Africa news with the details.
The 2026 India-Africa Forum Summit has been postponed amid growing fears over a deadly Ebola outbreak in Central Africa. India's Ministry of External Affairs and the African Union announced the decision Thursday, citing an evolving health situation and the need to ensure full participation from African leaders. The move comes as the Democratic Republic of Congo confirmed a new Ebola case in South Kivu, a region controlled by the Rwandan-backed M23 militia. Health officials say the 28-year-old victim died before the diagnosis was confirmed. The latest outbreak has already caused nearly 140 suspected deaths and hundreds of probable infections across eastern DR Congo, while ongoing conflict is complicating emergency response efforts. The World Health Organization has labeled the outbreak a high regional risk, though global risk remains low. No approved vaccine or treatment currently exists for the Bunji strain behind the epidemic.
Still in international news, net migration to the UK fell to 171,000 in 2025. New figures show the lowest level since 2012, excluding the COVID pandemic. The figure reached a peak of 944,000 in the year to March 2023, but has been falling. The Office for National Statistics said that the main reason behind the fall last year was a drop in non-EU nationals arriving for work-related reasons, which was down 47%. However, the decrease in net migration is likely to be temporary, the Migration Observatory said. Now we monitor BBC with the details.
So all of this we're seeing is having an impact, and the Office for National Statistics have actually said that net migration is continuing to fall because it's being driven by fewer people arriving from outside the EU, particularly for work, which is really interesting. And again, we've seen those immigration figures slipping over the last couple of years steadily.
How does this sit then with, which bits are legal migration and illegal migration?
Well, what's interesting is we've also seen a survey come out today by British Future, a think tank, and they're saying that the majority of people, around 49% of the survey suggests, 49% of the people surveyed suggest that they think immigration is actually going up. So net migration, should I say, is actually increasing. When you look at the stats, it's actually going down. So there is a perception among many people that the numbers are going up. And I think that is down to, as you were saying, what's illegal migration? Well, those people coming on the boats, for example, are illegal migrants. They're making a journey that is illegal. And because of the visibility of that, this survey and those who've compiled it suggest that that is the reason why many people seem to think that net migration is actually going up, when in fact, as we've heard today, it's actually...
Well, you're watching the BMTV main news at 18. We go for a second break. We'll be back with sports news. Stay tuned.
Now look at where we are. We are about to lose a lot of money.
I thought we were supposed to be fighting this battle as brothers, as family, and not be divided.
Are we the family that shoot first and ask questions later? Father never wanted me. He disowned me.
Hey, Even Aunt Eliza. Yes, Aunt Eliza was one of the people that cooked for Dad.
We have the problem.
What is it?
The inspectors connected Elizabeth to the death of my brother.
Leave Kondwani to me. I'll handle him.
What is this?
Those are your divorce papers. So I was right. My father was murdered.
Thank you so much for staying with us. And now we take you straight into the world of sports. where the Zambia volleyball national teams have intensified preparations at the OYDC Zambia ahead of the upcoming international friendly matches against Zimbabwe. The teams are currently in camp at the OYDC Zambia as they fine-tune their readiness for the exciting two-day volleyball series featuring both junior and senior national teams. From the under-20 squad to the senior teams, the atmosphere in the camp reflects determination, discipline, and national pride as Zambia gears up for the high-level competition. The friendly series is expected to provide valuable international exposure and competitive experience for the players while strengthening regional volleyball relations between the two nations. Well, still in the world of sports now, the Zambia under-17 women's national team will on Saturday face the DRC Congo in the FIFA under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Dola. The junior Copa Queens head into the crucial encounter looking to secure a positive result ahead of the return leg in Lubumbashi. Coach Carol Kanyemba's side has intensified preparations ahead of the tie as Zambia eyes qualification to FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Morocco 2026.
It's got two sides. They are on an advantage part because at least they've got footage of how we played. They know our team better than we know their team, so they are able to study us. They are disadvantaged in that they don't know what the girls can do at that international stage because they never played. So obviously some girls that are in the team must be new compared to the team that they had last year in the qualifier. So there are certain girls that haven't tasted the international stage. So that will work to our advantage. As for us, playing the first round, home and away, 2 games, was an advantage because we know players that can last for 45 minutes, that can go up to 90. Players that will be able to deliver at that stage. So it really helped us, and both for both us and Congo, it's got an advantage and a disadvantage. So we just have to take this game as it comes, as a new game, be focused and work towards winning this leg. Playing against a team that is physically advantaged than you, we need to be smart, we need to move the ball quickly, and we need to avoid a lot of body contacts. We need to avoid a lot of aerial balls because I can say maybe the tallest player in our team is our goalkeeper. So if we have corners and other free kicks, we are disadvantaged because of that. And looking at the body stature, by nature Zambia, we are small. So using the skills that we have, we need to play a lot of ball work on the ground and be able to move it quickly so that by the time they're reorganizing, we're out of position or we move them out of position with the quick passes. So that's what we've been working on. And to psych the girls that whichever way, in whichever stage and form they come, we've been here before, we've been at this stage before. So we need to believe that we can do it.
Well, on that note, we end our news bulletin today. But before we do so, a recap of the headlines that made stories tonight. 49.1 kilometers urban roads are completed. Civil societies condemns violence during election period. ERB approves 42 licenses and 5 construction permits. And in international news, Ebola fears force India-Africa summit postponement. And in sports news, Zambia volleyball national teams intensifies preparations. Well, that's the package that we had for you. On behalf of the production team, Mr. Jackson Tembo on transmission, Eldridge Kampamba on camera 1, and Mr. Douglas Banda on camera 2. The newsroom, Ruth Msakabantu, our reporter, and Mr. Timwani Nkata, our news editor. This has been Suntwa, and say hello to BMTV. Keep it here.
Who cares? He doesn't care about you. Can't you see that he doesn't love you? The fool is just killing time with you.
Oh no, Nsama. I will not have you insult my husband in his house. No.
This guy is not good enough for you. I mean, why should you care when he's out there jumping up and down with every woman he sees?
Am I allowed to ask questions with you? Conroy, why are you so eager about whistling in the dark that our father was murdered?
Yes, because he was. He was murdered. I mean, he was foaming when he died. What you call the tower ripoyo?
I foam in my mouth when I sleep. Does that mean I'm poisoned?
Oh, Chikondi, stop being stupid. We are not in the mood for your rubbish right now.
And the black sheep speaks.
Don't call me that.
If I tell you what to do, are you going to do it? Oh, I'm going to say four people sure. Natika itana Mose. Itazipaya. That's what I put up. Okay.
Don't be stupid. Huh? You think I'm foolish? You want to play with me? You don't know me, I can be standing as a cop there. Who's your emotion? Huh? Where you go? Huh? You don't want to kill me?
Outside. And outside we shall be singing goodbye, hi dear CJ. We shall never forget you. Although you are very far away, we shall never forget you.
Last time unabona mvuta nkania check.
Ndio
ndo silapishiche.
Bobo. Ayo mavuta hiyo. Wana Asha.
Wakunde.
Bali uyu kambio chichi. Nduja kutia kuna manindi ashari.
So, ini sisi. Wewe una pala.
Since you didn't expect the overwhelming response, you know, I was in Chingola performing with the fantasy band, and I saw the video on TV. I was like, what? The next time I'm coming out, Sister D, I was like, how do I manage? Wow. You know, you get on a bus. I mean, we're using a bus. The conductor is busy calling people. Hey, Ngenani, your Sister D, we're in bus. How am I going to handle this? Oh, wow. You know.
We are about to lose a lot of money.
I thought we were supposed to be fighting this battle as brothers, as family, and not be divided.
Are we the family that shoot first and ask questions later? Father never wanted me. He disowned me.
Hey, Hey, Imwe. Even Aunt Eliza. Yes. And Eliza was one of the people that cooked for Dad.
We have a problem.
What is it?
The inspectors connected Elizabeth to the death of my brother.
Leave Kondwani to me. I'll handle him.
What is this?
Those are your divorce papers.
What if it is true? What if someone did kill my father?
So I was right. My father was murdered.
Who cares? He doesn't care about you.